Well, good morning, Glue Troopers. Hope you're enjoying your morning coffee or tea or whatever you're having wherever you're at. So I got a couple of things in the mail yesterday. And first off, Mr. Markle sent me some decals for that Airfix P80 that the decals had gone bad on. And I got a little video of that I took in the Tarbis coming up. And I want to thank Mr. Mahoney for sending me this Runwall biplane. Now, it's been years since I built a Runwall biplane. I think I built one as a kid. This is not the Aero skin type, but it is part of their Aces series. And it should make for a nice build. As I recall, the Runwall kits are pretty good. I just remember as a kid I really messed up the Aero skin. So real quick, here's the video that I took yesterday, and then we'll get back to the voiceover narration. So Mr. Markle sent me some new decals for the little Airfix P80, F-80, and two of the wing stars are on well, as one of the nose step red lines is, so I'll leave those on. But now I've got the proper USAF for the wings, the proper, like I said, the old decals came off without an argument. The temporary ones got the proper fuselage decals, tail flashes, and everything else. So we'll get on this. It shouldn't take too long, and then she'll be proper. She would have been in the Korean War build if I had gotten it done right in time. Those old decals are too far gone. Pity they matched that picture on the wall, but oh well, such is model building. See you in a bit. So now it looks presentable, and not a great build, but yeah, at least I'm not ashamed to have it on the shelf now. Thank you very much for those decals, Mr. Markle. And if you do send me that picture of yours with the green screen, I'll see what I can do about putting them together on the ramp. He also sent me a sticker for the USS Texas, so I went ahead and gave that a place of honor in the Tarbis. Then I got to work on that Heller F6F Hellcat, and again, pretty simple stuff. Gave a basic paint job to the inside, pre-painted the engine, and usual stuff you do, nothing outstanding. This kit, though, has a lot of butt joints on it. Even though everything more or less fits without much argument, there are kind of some gaps in the wings that were a little surprised. I compared it to the Airfix model, and no question that I can see why people prefer Airfix. I don't know if Hellers are any cheaper. They're definitely a lot more basic. So I got everything that I needed with white primer taken care of, and then it was, I decided I wanted to know if those decals are any good, and since my Airfix Hellcat, a bunch of the decals on it, they were rough when I put them on, and over time they've just flaked off. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to see if these decals from Heller are any good. I scraped off the star and bar on the one side. I actually wound up taking off the numbers and everything. In fact, I wound up replacing everything except 3 of the stars. And the Heller kit came with the American markings for the later blue scheme. So I just decided, you know what, this will be a transitional aircraft when they're going through the new star with the old scheme. And I was surprised, given the roughed up texture after I had removed the old star. It all actually looked, I know it's not technically correct, but it really looked good. I like that look on it. And this is an old kit was sitting on the shelf, and I was, wait a minute, I've got an Edward 1/72 scale Hellcat. Maybe it's got the decals I need, but because I had just overlaid initially the decals on the old ones, but with all the blue missing, I was like, no, just go ahead and scrape all that off and put them on. I was amazed how well the Heller decals held up. And unfortunately, the Edward Hellcat 1/72 scale, it comes with a bunch of different cowlings and a bunch of different canopies, because apparently they run the same basic set for every version of the airplane, which is a lot easier than trying to keep it all organized. So the instruction sheets tell you which cowling and which canopy to use for the model that's represented in the box art. And that's not a big deal. Okay, easy enough. Unfortunately, they only had the one set of decals for the one scheme, so they didn't have the roundels that I needed. So I just stayed with the old Heller decals on the Airfix, and I know it's not technically accurate, and maybe someday I'll repaint. It's a little 1/72 scale kit that's collecting dust on the shelf, so I'm not really bent out of shape about it, but I really like the way it looked with the new numbers and the new star, even though it's technically not accurate. But hey, man, make it what you want it to be. Unfortunately, then I got into trying to put the Hellcat together, and the Heller Hellcat, and the wings went into place, kind of a sloppy fit, big gaps, and then the cowling, which just butts right on. Now, that engine has prongs inside the forward piece of the cowling, so I know it's in the right place, and it does not reach all the way back to the what would be the firewall. So the engine's just butt jointed around the cowling. I was not real impressed with that. So I tried to mask out the canopy, and it's a two-piece canopy, so I've got that in place. And so this will harden overnight, and then I'll start masking stuff off and shooting it. I'm just going to use the dark blue. I hope I have the right shade of blue. Might have to mix something up. And then I'll put it on its wheels, decal it, and that'll be that. And I might just go ahead and do that Edward one next. After that, kind of make it a Hellcat build. I hadn't really thought about that. I'd totally forgotten I had that kit up there. And we'll see how they stack up against each other. Do a little comparison. Right now, Airfix is comfortably in the lead. So guys, well, that's pretty much it right now. I'm really happy to have that F-80 on the shelf. And one little thing that happened that kind of totally unrelated to model building. I don't even know why I'm sharing this. Last night I went out to get us some Pollo Tropical for dinner. And beautiful night to be out in the Mustang. The place had closed down. How does a restaurant in my neighborhood go out of business? You guys know how much I eat? I should have been keeping that place in business by myself. Something strange is amiss. Take care of yourselves, guys, and as always, model on.